Hi! So, this is my very first ever vlog, which I'm quite excited about. I've been keeping a blog for a very long time, and people have been telling me very often, you should do a vlog, because vlogs are great. So this is my first one. Very excited for it, and a little bit nervous, because I've never done this before. And so when I write my blog entries, most of the time they're from things that I see or experiences that I have, and it kind of inspires something. So for this one, I would like to share a story, because that's kind of how I do this thing. So I live and work in London, and the other day I was on the train and just pulled into my station. The doors hadn't opened yet, and this gentleman stood up and sort of tapped my shoulder. It took me by surprise. People don't really talk to you in London, and he said, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am," and I was like, "Oh, yes, sorry, what?" And he said, "I just wanted to say thank you so much for what's written on your arm. I really, really needed to read that today. Thank you." And I thought it was very lovely, so I thanked him, and then the doors had opened, and I had to get off really quickly, because on the underground in London, you have to get off quickly. So, jumped off the train, otherwise I would have given him my business card. So, this is what's written on my arm. Be the change you want to see. And for those of you who don't know, it's part of a Gandhi quote, and it's most of a Gandhi quote. The only bit that I've cut off of the end is in the world, so the full quote is be the change you want to see in the world, but I felt that this captured the sentiment, and my arm's not long enough to fit the whole thing. So I want to talk a bit about what that means and why I have that on my arm. I have quite a few tattoos. It's how I collect my artwork, and they're very, very permanent. So I've thought very long and hard about all of the tattoos I currently have, and I knew that if I was going to get text on my arm, it had better be something that had a lot of meaning for me and a lot of significance. So this particular quote is very significant because it's about living your life and leading by example. So living your life in the way that you want to see things to be in the world. So it's about deciding that if you don't like your carbon footprint, you're going to offset that by making sure you recycle, or you're going to ride your bike more. But it's about doing it yourself. It's about being that change yourself. You can't change other people, to use a cliche that gets used a lot. But you can change yourself. You can change your own ideas and your own thoughts and your expectations. You can even change your mood. What I love about this quote is that it is so empowering. Each of us can be the most incredible change that we want to be. I believe in leading by example. It's why I have faunawolfcreations.com. This is where I post my writing and my artwork and my sculptures and things like that, animations that I've done. And that's because as a life coach, if I'm going to be telling you that you can create the life that you love, it doesn't seem right if I don't show you how I'm creating the life that I love. So I love to be creative and to be a creative specialist and do all those things. So I lead by example by putting that out there. I am the change that I want to help inspire in other people, because that's really the only way that you can truly change the world.